It was a whole bunch of tears. I'd say it was tears of joy, tears of just emotion, and just like saying like finally, like I just it was a sigh of relief. You know, when I called my mom, she just said I can't stop crying, and it made my eyes ball because I can feel it. I can feel it through the phone. I felt how she felt because I know exactly how she feels. She knows how I feel. So again, it's just something that we've all worked for so hard my whole life. And to be able to say it's finally here, I mean, it's very surreal, but it's also always a blessing.
Rotoworld Player news. Kicking off with Kyren Williams. You heard from the man. 3-year, $33 million extension. Kyren Williams drinks free today. Congrats to him. Once upon a time, very good college career.
Yeah.
But a day 3 pick, kind of overlooked because of his size, and now one of Sean McVay's clearly favorite players, Matthew.
He's been great. Like each of the past 2 seasons, here's the entire list of running backs with at least 1,000 rushing yards and at least 10 rushing touchdowns each of the last 2 years. Derrick Henry, Kyren Williams. That's the list. Yep. Like, it's unbelievable. So congratulations to Williams. And for a player of his size to not only have the production he is, but the workload he did. Yep. Just massive workload. No running back had a higher snap rate over that stretch. No running back had more red zone touches than Kyren Williams over the last 2 years. So it's really incredible to see his production, and more importantly, that it's rewarded. You follow the money. For people that are, for all the Jarquez Hunter truthers out there.
Blake Corum
truthers out there. Good insurance running backs, but Kyren Williams clearly the man for the Rams this year.
Yep, friend of the show, Kyren Williams. Congratulations to him. Just one of the very few running backs who's sometimes out there for over 90% of snaps.
Yeah, I'm at running back 12. I think he's sort of getting slept on. People just, are nervous about him. But
right.
He winds up being a value in a lot of drafts that I am in.
Yeah, ADP is at 26. So if you miss out on one of the top running backs, and Kyren Williams is sitting there in one of the rounds after the first for you, still a good
26
value.
overall.
26 overall.
Yes.
Yeah, 11th running back in drafts right now. Speaking of the Rams, Matthew Stafford will participate in an individual workout. They're going to see. They're going to look forward to easing him back in. So Stafford, we're not going to see a lot of Stafford this summer, I don't think, with that back injury, but. This is one where it's been a little weird. I'm not going to lie.
Don't like my quarterback getting an epidural in August.
Well, and he's almost 40. Yeah. So.
He's 37 with a history of back injuries. I'm not concerned about Stafford because I don't think he's really a fantasy option. I am concerned, the downgrade from Stafford to whoever isn't Matthew Stafford hurts Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, one James Garoppolo.
It took me a second. This is the problem with being live. I literally forgot for a second that Jimmy Garoppolo
It's easy to forget.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I was like, Stetson Bennett's there, right? And anyway, yeah.
Staying in the NFC, Jordan Addison suspended 3 games for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. So a Vikings offense that needs all the playmakers they got for J.J. McCarthy going to be without Addison.
Yeah, for 3 games. It's not ideal. Jalen Naylor probably steps up. Some more T.J. Hawkinson. Rondell Moore is there. Let's go, Rondell. So they have a couple of guys there, but I don't know that there's anything. I'm not moving Jalen Naylor up my ranks, and I do actually think this might keep people away from Addison. But such a good rookie year. I actually think Addison might be a value this year. 3 games in the it's not ideal, but it's also not a killer when it comes to fantasy football and season long. I do think Addison, especially where you're going to get him in drafts, could be a value this year.
Our last bit of news here. Welcome back, Keenan Allen to the Chargers. A 1-year deal for $8.52 million. So Keenan Allen waited a long time in free agency, ends up going back to the Chargers. Nate Blackwell on YouTube. What do y'all think of the Keenan Allen signing, and does it hurt Ladd McConkey?
I don't think it does. I don't think
if it causes a dip, I would buy the dip on McConkey. This should not affect him at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about if it hurts his draft stock, if people are maybe a little less inclined to draft him. I agree with you. I'm buying the dip. But from a production standpoint, Jay, I just don't see it. McConkey's the future of that offense. He's the center point. This feels more like a depth signing. I think he'll have a real role because after McConkey, there's not much. It's a couple of rookies. It's QJ who struggled. But I don't see it hurting McConkey.
Agreed. I think it muddies their depth in terms of KLS and Trey Harris and QJ and now Keenan Allen, who's going to step up out of those guys to emerge behind Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, and so I think you'll see, 47% of his routes last season came outside, right, for Keenan Allen, so he can play outside. You know, he's known as kind of as a big slot, obviously. 53% of his last seasons came in the slot, but the other, you know, he played basically half inside, half outside. So I think he'll probably spell McConkey some inside on certain routes, but then there's a lot of times he'll probably be on the outside with whether it's Trey Harris or KLS or whoever else they wind up using there.
Chargers always a hit on social media, Jay, and a little welcome back for Keenan Allen here.
Yeah, continuing the NBA theme of today's show, Nikola Jokic, after his horse won. Nikola Jokic didn't display this level of emotion when he won the NBA title in 2023, let me tell you that. But he loves his horses, and the Chargers love a good gag on social media.
They really do.
Yeah,
All
whatever
right.
the Chargers social media team makes, it needs to be more. It's not enough. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Rotoworld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.